Hey everyone, this is Cups bringing another Monster Hunter Rise video, and we're going to be talking about the bow. Now, the bow was one of my most played weapons back in World and Iceborne. I really enjoyed the weapon a lot. Felt like it was the looty tooty slide and shooty, and it was a lot of fun. Did a lot of damage. You had a lot of different bows and things like that to use, a lot of different elements, and felt like a very expressive and very powerful weapon that good players made look amazing. So I was very excited to give this one a try, and just to let you know, it's a huge departure from World and Iceborne. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cups. I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Cups. I play all 14 weapons, and I do a lot of viewer hunts and speed runs and stuff like that. Pretty much everything Monster Hunter has to offer, I'm about it. So if you like what you see, please subscribe, and also give a like and comment and share and all kinds of good things like that. But special thanks to Capcom for giving me an early look at the demo to give my impressions and kind of give you guys some information about what I thought about the weapon. We're looking to make more YouTube content in the future, so please give us a look here. And also, we'll go ahead and put up on screen a timestamp that you guys can skip to if you don't want the commentary. But I wanted to give you some insight on the changes, the wire bug, as well as just my overall impressions of the weapon. Now, Change's bow is pretty much completely different. It is a very, very different weapon. Whenever you're doing like your normal shoots, whenever you're doing your normal shooties, your normal ZR attacks, it actually sucks stamina away from you. You used to kind of just stop your stamina gain, but now it actually takes stamina away from you. So bow is even more of a stamina hog than it was back in World. It feels really good though, honestly. Each level of bow shot does something different. So your first one's kind of just like a little normal shot, just a very light damaging. The second one actually pierces the body, and then the third one is just like a spread 2, where there's only a spread 1 or spread 2 on a gun, where it just has like a little spray that hits like 3 times that does a good chunk of damage, anywhere from 13 to 16 that I was getting in the demo. So it's beneficial to you to do different things at different times. I found myself trying to save my stamina by holding the bow a little bit longer so I could get a pierce shot, or I was saving until the third area, like the third phase, so that I could get a nice little spread shot on the face to maybe break something, or to maybe knock the monster down or something like that. Also, the spread shot doesn't really do what it did before. You can't just spread shot at level 0 as well anymore. Your character will actually swing their weapon, so there's a little 2-hit combo for melee that actually does pretty solid damage. I think I was hitting for like 40 or 45 per hit. So whenever the monster's down, you can actually get a couple melee hits in, which is nice. But basically, spread just does a little spread shot that also hits 3 times on the current level that you're at. So I was noticing the most success by doing level 1, level 2 down the length of the body, level 3 to the head, and then doing a spread at the end. So I was getting like 15 damage 3 times to the head, and then I would spread again and get 15 damage to the head 3 times. So 45, 45, 90 right there pretty quick. And then also Dragon Piercer is back, but it works really similar. But also you want to get to the highest level possible before you shoot that Dragon Piercer to get the most damage out of it. I think the set is kind of limited right now in the demo, but Dragon Piercer seems like a good move to use right when you're at full level charge and the monster's down on the ground and you're in a good position to do it. Otherwise, I wouldn't really worry about it too much, just because it leaves you tremendously open. As for, also there's a new shot type. You can see over there to the right that there's a lot of different coatings that you can use, and there's a new one called Exhaust, and I think this is kind of replacing the coconuts from before, the arc shot. This is actually, if you shoot the monster in the head a few times, you might actually get a KO, because exhaust damage to the head does KO, which is nice. The arc shot is different. It doesn't drop the coconuts anymore, and at up stun, it seems to throw some sort of green dust over, which I think is a heal. So that's pretty nice if you're fighting with teammates and they're all crowded around the head or something like that. You want to heal them a little bit. I think this is what that does. But I was trying to hit my Palco with it just to see if it did heal. I'd be really surprised if that's what it does, but it doesn't do any damage and it doesn't stun anymore, so that's different as well. Just overall feeling very, very different. You have to be a lot more precise with your stamina use. The first one's whenever you get like a diagonal and your character gets thrown into the air. You don't really get much out of this with bow. And then there's another one which just kind of moves you horizontal across the ground. Nothing really too special about these. It's more about the silkbind attacks. The 2 silkbind attacks, the first one is it's a little weird with bow as well, because Most of your silk mine attacks are on ZL, but on bow and like the other gunner weapons, it's actually on R. So you hit R and you hit X, and your character will vault backwards. Just a nice little get out of jail free card. This doesn't have any kind of invulnerability in it, but if you feel like you're about to get hit, you can launch yourself back, which is pretty nice. I didn't really think I'd be using this one too much, just because the other one's so much more powerful. But this has actually got me out of trouble a few times, so I liked it. The second one is kind of like a little dash. You throw out the wire bug, and you do like a little dash that doesn't have iframes on it either, and you kind of do like a little install where you shove the wire bug into like your hand or something like that. And this seems to give more flinch value and a little bit more part break. Same thing basically to your shots. So I was noticing significantly more flinch and more part break whenever I was shooting the monster in the face after having this up. And this uses 2 wire bugs, so that's typically indicative of something pretty powerful. And I was just trying to keep this up as often as I possibly could, and I think most skilled bow players would probably end up doing that as well. But both really solid, serve different purposes, but I feel like these are one of the better implemented wire bug maneuvers, so I liked it. Overall impressions of the weapon, at first I absolutely hated it. Like I just could not get this weapon to work. I think I was too set in my ways from World. I was trying to dash around. I was just constantly out of stamina and getting myself in trouble. But once I kind of it's more akin to some of the previous Monster Hunter games where you're not as mobile. You kind of have your feet in the ground and just kind of shooting from a distance. And it's more about placing your dashes rather than Old World and Iceborne, where you're pretty much just dashing around completely invulnerable all the time on bow. So actually, I really enjoyed it after I got used to it a little bit. I felt more like a sniper, you know. I felt like my shots counted more, and I don't know, just kind of stuck out. I liked it a lot, and I'll definitely be playing it some more. And we're gonna have to need to see some elemental motion values and elemental crit and things like that. But it seems like a pretty decently balanced weapon at this point between spread shots and R2 and the pierce shot and all kinds of good stuff like that. And how limiting the set building is. But for right now, I think it's pretty good. I don't know if I doubt it's going to be as strong as it was in World. Who knows? We'll see. But I enjoyed it. Give it a try. I'm not quite sure. I'm hesitant to say if you liked bow before, you'll probably like it now. Part of me probably thinks that if you liked bow before, you're probably not going to like it now. But I think, it fits more in the gunner class. It fits more with the LBG, HPG, and it feels more like a gunner weapon now than it did before, when it was more like a Blade Master weapon because you're playing 2 inches away from the monster's face and dashing around. But give it a try. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on the video. Liking and commenting always is really appreciated. It helps move the algorithm forward. And I would just want to get your feedback on what you think of bow and, what direction you think we might go with it. Greatly appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Peace.